thank you all for joining us today. And first, congrats also on beginning your journey at SNHU, wherever you may be across the country, internationally. We are so happy to have you all here. So, just to get us started, I want to talk about a couple of things as far as our resources that we're going to go over today. So, we're going to be able to hear from various staff members across the institution and to be able to put some names with departments, some faces as well. And with that, we're going to learn just about some of the vast amounts of resources here. There's a lot to share, but we prioritize and have some great folk here to talk to you all about that. So first, we're going to talk about SNU 107 and IDS 105. Some of you will be enrolled in those courses as a beginning portion and catapult into your pathway and journey into college here at SNHU. SNHU Connect and SNU involvement. So we'll talk about getting engaged on a social level at SNHU. SNHU Career, our Career Center and Career Services, has a lot to offer for you all, other than just getting your resume looked at. Career Services has a lot to offer, so definitely will get you in the know about that. Academic support, and then the Shapiro Library. You have a full access to our online library and the resources there. Alumni engagement. We want you to be connected to SNHU post graduation, and then also the peer mentorship program. So some of you may be asking, okay, who is this guy that's talking to you right now? My name is Dr. James Winfield. My students know me as Dr. J. And that's just what's caught on with the many students that I've taught over the years. And with that, my role is that I'm an associate dean here at SNHU, specifically for first year experience and retention strategies. In a nutshell, what that means is that I help to manage some of the experiences to ensure that you have a good transition or an effective transition into college. So that includes the online orientation known as FYE 101. So I'm going to just activate a quick poll just to see what your progress has been on FYE 101. So I'm sure you all have heard of it from your advisors and so forth. I want to know what your progress is on it, because that's going to be something that's going to really help you out as you continue to move through. So go ahead and fill that poll out as you're moving through. But if you don't remember a lot of things, we want you to, try to remember as much as possible. Know that we're going to revisit these resources throughout your time at SNHU. Remember these terms: persist, engage, network. PEN for a kind of way to think about it as far as acronyms to get you to think about that. So PEN, which is the player on our mascot, the Penman. We want you to first persist from term to term, and we want you to persist in life. So we know that you all have many goals that you want to achieve, and we want to be there to help you and to support you throughout that. We want you to engage with the mass amount of resources that are here at SNHU and find the things that make you most connected and feel that sense of belonging here at SNU. And then network with as many people as you can. That includes your faculty, so your instructors, your individuals that you are communicating with right now that are in this chat, that are in this session, even in your class. Really looking at how you expand your network. And that's really going to be a helpful part of your experience as you move through, whether it's professionally, academically, socially. Get to know people in a genuine manner. So remember, PEN, persist, engage, and network. All right. So for those polls that I put, we wanted to know what were some of the things that you were feeling. At the top was definitely it was kind of a toss up between like excited and nervous. So definitely it was good to see that you all were mostly excited. I saw about 72 people that put excited on that. So good to hear that you all are excited. There's some nervousness. That's okay. Being unsure, we get that. And I got this mindset, that's great as well. But as far as FYE 101, it's great to see that 64% of you have finished it. So, and then there are some of you that are working on it. That's fine. And if you're starting soon, that's fine as well. But make sure you go through it to understand some of the things that we are talking about right now, because that's what we'll be covering throughout this session. So with all of that, we are going to go ahead and get started and transition to the great people that are going to provide you with some insights on the various services. First, we have Mandy Seibel, who's going to talk about online student life at SNHU. So you're up, Mandy.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. How are we today? I'm really, really excited to be here. My name is Mandy Siebel. I'm a director in the Office of Student Involvement, and I'm very excited to kick us off today. I do want to point out that a lot of the work that the offices are going to be talking to you about today, we all work together. It's all intertwined, but I'm happy to be the one to kick us off and get you situated and learning more about the Office of Student Involvement. So you go to the next slide, please. All right, so first things first, too, I'm going to go over so much information, and I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm the most long-winded of the group, and I'm going to apologize to you all, from the start. But if you could hold your questions until the end, I promise you all I will be in the chat, and I will be answering them and posting some links. So try to hold those questions in the end for me. Like I said, I will be there answering those questions as we go through the presentation. So why get involved? Why get involved as an online student? So we found that over time, the more students get involved in some extracurricular activities outside of your studies, they realize the opportunities they have and the connections that are available at Southern New Hampshire University. So the classes are very important, but it can be more about than just taking classes. It can be about building relationships, community, and networking should you choose to. So just like you all were doing in the chat before the presentation, what our office does is try to help you find those connections, whether it's in an event, whether it is an in-person or an online event, actually, whether it's in SNHU Connect, which I'm going to share a little bit more about, but we want you to feel that belonging from no matter where you are in the world, because we do have students that take classes from all over the world. So one of the places that I mentioned that we do that is in a platform called SNHU Connect. So in that platform, which I'm going to go over a little bit about, we're hoping that people find ways to relate. They're in the same state, they're in the same town, they're in the same major, they have a shared interest. So basically what we're hoping is it's an online student center, just like you would find at our campus. When you go to Manchester, Hooksett, New Hampshire, we have a student center. That's what we're hoping that we build in SNHU Connect. So again, it's a private online community. It's only for students in the SNHU programs and our competency-based programs. A lot of times students may stumble upon SNHU Connect and not be quite sure what it is. So we're going to go over that in a little bit more detail. Next slide, please, James. Okay, so first things first. This is exciting. This is breaking news for all of you in this chat here today, the over 100 of you that are here. As of today, we have a brand new SNHU Connect platform. So some of you may have in your FYE course seen our old platform, but as of today, we have a brand new one, which is modern. It is really sleek looking, up to the times. So if you happen to see the old one in your FYE course, let's transition to the new one today. So I've got a screenshot on the screen today where I've outlined in the corner, and you can access it right through my SNHU, which makes things way easier. There's no separate login page. You can go right into my SNHU, click on that fun little splat that says SNHU Connect in the icon bar. It'll bring you right there to SNHU Connect in the new platform. So super, super exciting. It's been something we've been working on for years, and today is the official launch. So I just want to share that with you all today because it's going to maybe a little different than how you accessed SNHU Connect in your FYE course. So make sure you transition over to the new platform. Everything that was in the old platform, if you were in it, is in the new platform, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that right now. So again, you can access SNHU Connect right through my SNHU. So as long as you have access to my SNHU, you have access to SNHU Connect. Again, no need to log into any other websites, which is amazing. So it is an online community platform, again, where you can make friends with people from all over the country, world, join some of our clubs, groups. I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. Again, hopefully you'll meet students in your major, potentially in a different major. And again, it's like a virtual student center to create that sense of belonging, and it houses many of the functions of our offices at SNHU for our online students as well. So you want to log into the online community. I would suggest completing your profile, introducing yourself, finding a space that you connect with, browse all the groups and spaces, and then if you're having any trouble with access, you can email us at connect@snhu.edu, which I'll put in the chat after my presentation. Don't be afraid to click around once you're in there, and then of course, if you have any questions, let us know. Next slide, please, James. Okay, so something new in this new platform is we have an onboarding guide, which is great because once you log into SNHU Connect, if it's for the first time in this new platform, you can go through that onboarding guide, which is on the screen there, and it has a video tutorial that walks you through everything you need to know. And what we're working on, because today is day one of this new platform, is, and I'll put the link to the YouTube tutorials in the chat after, we're going to be making a lot of how-to videos. So we have a kind of an overview video right now, but we're going to make a video on how to turn on notifications, turn off notifications, update your profile, because this is brand new to everybody. So keep that YouTube playlist favorited because we're going to be adding a lot of fun videos that'll help you navigate SNHU Connect over the next few weeks, again, because we're launching today. So again, and if I could share anything with you today, it's to update your profile, add a picture, especially add a picture. People know you're a real person, that you want to connect and use New Connect for its purpose, which is connection. And then you'll also be able to see what other students have entered and what they're sharing as well. Next slide, please, James. Okay, so here is where you will join your channel. So once you're in SNHU Connect, most of your involvement will happen in our channels. So our channels can be clubs, affinity groups, office pages, learning spaces, and more. And Melanie's going to talk to you a little bit about some of the specific learning community spaces as well, which is very exciting. So on the channels page, you can click on the join button. So you can see on that club hub, there's a little X around the join button. And you can also see all at the top by clicking see all. And then you can join a page. Now, the only thing that I will say is if you want to officially join a club's roster, there will be an email address on that page. You just have to email them and ask to join their roster. But if you want to click around, see what groups are posting, see what's happening in these spaces, all you have to do is click that join button. Next slide, please, James. So with that, has anybody had a chance to join any of our clubs so far? I'm going to pause and see what everybody says. You can do reactions, post in the chat, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, I've got some yeses, which is very exciting. Okay, some not yet, some no's. Okay, all of that is okay. So these are a list of our recognized clubs and organizations. So something important to note that any club or honor society, which I'll go over in a little bit, or group or affinity group, if they are officially recognized by Southern New Hampshire University, they are in SNHU Connect. If you find them anywhere else outside of SNHU Connect, it is probably not a legitimate club or honor society or university recognized. So please, please, please keep that in mind because it's very, very important. Anything that's official is in SNHU Connect. So we have educational clubs, we have social clubs, we have university sponsored clubs. All of our clubs are absolutely free to join. You can join as soon as today. Like I said, all you have to do is navigate to their page in SNHU Connect. Each of these clubs has a page in SNHU Connect. You can look at their roster. They all host events. You can attend an event and see if it's something you'd be interested in before you join the roster. But if you're like, yes, I officially want to join the Paranormal Research Club roster, you will find the email for the Paranormal Research Club on their page in SNHU Connect. You can outreach them and say, hey, I would love to join this club. And you'd be added to the roster and part of their newsletters and get those notifications and so forth. What I would say is you all are new. If you're thinking about dipping your toe into trying some clubs, I would start with one or two, see how that feels as you're getting adjusted to your schoolwork, and then kind of go from there. All of these clubs, like I said, host events. Sometimes they co-host events together. They work really well together. There's also leadership opportunities for all of these clubs and organizations. So let's say you join the book club and you're really invested and involved and you're like, you know what, I want to run and be the secretary for the book club. There's elections twice a year as well, and all of those are housed in SNHU Connect as well. And I see some of you saying that you are interested in maybe starting a new club. I'll go over that in a second as well. But these are all, again, free opportunities. They're completely optional, so it's something you don't have to participate in, but we would love it if you did, because they are a way to build your extracurricular momentum here at Southern New Hampshire University. All right, next slide, please, James. So, how do you start a new club? What does that look like? So in SNHU Connect, there is a space called Club Hub, which is our virtual lounge where all of our online clubs, they post the events that are going on, they share contests, meetings, and then this is also the place if you're interested in starting, let's say, an astronomy club, you would go here and say, hey, I'm interested in starting an astronomy club. Would anybody be interested? Because you need to have a certain amount of people that are interested to move forward. And then there's a process you go through, which I will absolutely put in the chat for you all after. But this is step one, going to Club Hub and seeing, hey, is this something anyone would even be interested in? And then you kind of get the ball rolling from there. So I promise I will join those, put those information in the chat on how you would start a new club as well after my presentation. Next slide, please, James. All right, I also mentioned honor societies. So what is an honor society? So we have 5 online honor societies. If you qualify for any of these online honor societies, you will get an invitation once a year to your SNHU email. And I'm going to pause here really quick, so this is very, very important. Please, please, please make sure you are checking your SNHU email multiple times throughout the week. It is where you will be informed of event opportunities, honor society opportunities, if your instructor is trying to reach you, anything important. They may be giving you tips and tricks. As an instructor, I send a lot of helpful emails to my students that I want to make sure that you're reading. So please, please, please make sure you are checking that SNHU email. It is the most secure place that we can reach out to you. So if you take anything from today, please make sure you are doing that very, very often. So again, the honor societies, if you are eligible, you will get an email to your SNHU email. It's also really important to be checking that email because there are deadlines that are associated with these honor society invitations. So there's only a set amount of time during each school year if you are invited that you can join the honor society. They all have a one-time lifetime membership fee. They are all completely optional, so you do not have to join any of them if you do get an invitation. You can opt in or out. Some of them are for undergraduate students, some of them are for graduate students, and they all also have pages in SNHU Connect. So if you want to check out, hey, what's happening in the Alpha Sigma Lambda page in SNHU Connect, you could go and take a peek. And you can follow them to learn more. So please, please, please make sure that if this is something you're interested in doing, that you are checking that SNHU email often. And I will post a link to my SNU. For all of these, there is information on what the criteria is for all of these honor societies. So I'll make sure to post that in the chat after my presentation as well. Next slide, please, James. All right. So I also mentioned online and in-person events. So we also, as an office, try to get you involved, again, Office of Student Involvement, by hosting events. So we try to do that. This is one of the areas that we join forces with Becca and our Alumni Engagement Office, who's going to be chatting with you later today. We love to have fun events, whether they are online, in person. We love to network. We try to invite family when we're able to. Some of the things we've gone to Top Golf. We've gone to Red Bull Stadium in the past. We really try to find opportunities in real life and also virtually. We also have a virtual leads conference every year, which is a completely free conference that you can attend. It's usually at the end of March every year. I'll post the link to our YouTube playlist for this year's conference, where you can go and attend 2 days of virtual free conference, which is pretty exciting, to talk about different leadership opportunities that are presented to you from the SNHU community. Homecoming and Global Days of Service are amazing events that our alumni team, Becca, is going to chat with you about today. All of these exist as a way to help you connect as an online student. So spoiler alert also, if you live in the Charlotte or Raleigh, North Carolina area, or if you live in the Tampa or Orlando area, maybe Baltimore coming up, keep an eye on that SNHU email, because if we are coming to an area near you, you will get an email to your SNHU email that will allow you to register for those events, and they do fill up quickly. So again, another reason to make sure you're checking your email. If you want to meet students in person, meet some staff in person, Becca and I are usually there. Make sure you're checking that email and registering as soon as you can to attend those events. Next slide, please, James. I'm not going to talk a lot about learning communities because my friend Melanie will be sharing it, but learning communities are also a place for you to connect with others. They're also housed in SNHU Connect. There are also groups and affinity groups, special interest groups that you can find. I'll share the link to this page. It's a My SNHU page. All of these spaces do have a page in SNHU Connect as well. So these are also areas that you can connect and get to know others and be a part of a shared interest space with folks that attend SNHU. We also have another leadership opportunity with the Student Engagement Council, where if you wanted to apply to be a member of the Student Engagement Council, you would get an email to your SNHU email that says, hey, are you interested in being a member? And these members meet with new staff. They share feedback on things that are happening at SNHU. So it's a really great opportunity if you're looking for leadership opportunities at SNHU. But the clubs and affinity groups are also really fun spaces that you can join at SNHU Connect. Next slide, please, James. Maybe. There we go. Here it is. All right. So in closing, here is a picture of an event that we hosted in California. We truly love to get students together, whether that's in person, online, in the SNHU community. And we also, and also something I just want to share with you all today too, because I feel it's important. In case no one's told you today, I am so proud of you, and I'm so excited that you're here with us today, that you are starting this journey at SNHU. We are so happy to have you here. I'm excited to see you in SNHU Connect. I promise I will share all those links in the chat and answer any questions. And if you are interested, like I said, we don't only do events every so often in around the country, but again, I know some people are asking, do you go to Michigan? Do you go here, there? We try to make sure we go to at least 4 or 5 places throughout the year, but just keep an eye on that SNHU email, and we will make sure that you get that registration. Thanks, James.
Well, hello, everybody. James, you can go to the next slide. Hey, everybody. I'm Melanie Shop. I am so excited to welcome y'all here to this very first Making Good Connections webinar and just really welcome you to SNHU. We're so excited for you. So I don't have a fancy poll because I was not prepared for that. James is always so prepared. But I want to know, tell me if you are taking IDS 105 or SNHU 107. Tell me in the chat which one you're taking, because you are super special, because IDS 105 and SNHU 107 have what is called dedicated learning communities in SNHU Connect. So not in Brightspace. So everything you do that's graded, that's academic related, is in Brightspace. But in SNHU Connect, where the clubs and organizations are that Amanda told us all about, we have 2 learning communities. And so they're outside of your classroom space. Nothing is graded in there. However, what these 2 spaces do, or these learning communities are, is they are a way to give you extra support for your success here at SNHU. I know in the chat, I saw a lot of, I've been out of school for a long time, or I tried school before and it didn't work very well, or I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to manage all of this. There's a lot of excitement, right? But there's also those nerves and stuff that are in there. The learning communities are here for all of you. There's nothing graded. There's no extra credit. But what I do is every single week, there's a webinar of some kind, either live, just like this, or on demand, which is pre-recorded. They're available every Monday. So for example, when you start classes on the 5th, on Monday, May 5th, you can go to our First Year Experience YouTube channel. Links and stuff will be in the learning communities and SNHU Connect. And you'll see a webinar that walks you through where to click, how to find things, and what to do for week 1, module 1 in both SNU 107 and IDS 105. Okay, so that is what the webinars do. There's also these really quick little focus videos that focus in on a certain concept you might be covering in your class, or they'll maybe show you like where to find a journal assignment, what is a journal assignment, how do I do my first discussion, things like that. So it just really kind of shows you like where to click and gives you a little bit of extra support. Plus, in these 2 learning community spaces, you'll be in there with students that are taking the same class as you. So a lot of times students will have questions about, hey, I'm kind of stuck on this assignment, or I don't understand what this concept means. Other students help answer those questions. Plus, I'm in there too, which is really cool. So the learning communities are a space outside of Brightspace. There's webinars, there's videos, there's motivational things along the way. And plus, we have a little bit of fun in there too. All of that equals your success here at SNHU and in your classes. So you will get lots of emails and reminders about learning community webinars, learning community spaces, how to access them. and all the things. So I encourage you to definitely check them out and become a part of it, because it's just a really neat space. And it's just a great way for you to kind of know what's going on in your classes, but get that extra support just in case we need it. Next slide, James. Couple other things I wanted to make sure I mentioned really quick is when you log into that amazing SNHU Connect space, which when you have access to classes, you'll have access to the learning community spaces. So don't stress if you can't find them right now, but they look like this. So you can look for these kind of photos. The IDS 105 learning community is one, and then we also have the SNHU 107 learning community. Okay, next slide, James. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure that I reminded you of is we have the amazing space in SNHU Connect, but both IDS 105 and SNHU 107 have dedicated YouTube pages where all of these videos and webinars are housed. So if there's a live session like today, they're always recorded, available within 24 hours. They're posted to the First Year Experience YouTube page. So if you look at these links that are on here and want to save them and go check things out, please feel free to click around and check all the things out. But just know that there'll be videos loaded specifically for week 1, module 1, week 2, module 2. We're finishing a current term right now, so you won't see all of those. You'll kind of see the end of the term stuff. But it just gives you an idea of all the support that you have literally at your fingertips and a click away here at SNHU. Next slide, James. And then last but not least, if you're taking IDS 105 or SNHU 107, save the date for August 30th. It's a Wednesday coming up just before we know it, where there is a live webinar session dedicated to IDS 105 and SNU 107. We do it together, and it's a webinar talking all about the top 10 tips for your success. So like how to get started here at SNHU, where to find your classes, just some different tips of success that come from previous students on how to really start your term off right. Again, that's a live session. Information will be sent out via your SNHU student email. And then also it's recorded. You'll be able to access it within 24 hours, which gives me a reminder of a top tip. Y'all, I cannot tell you enough, especially I teach IDS 105 and SNHU 107, and so do many of the presenters that are on this call. You have to make sure you're checking your course announcements and your SNHU email. It is so, so, so important for your success, because lots of reminders and information about events and webinars or tips for your success or content things are all going to be in those two places. So I just want to make sure you remember that. Hopefully I'll see you all on the 30th. And again, welcome. That's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to Alyssa at SNHU Career. Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much. Hello, everyone. I am happy to be here today with all of you. My name is Alyssa Laskowski, and I'm a career engagement partner within the career services team here at SNHU. And so my team focuses on connecting our amazing online students with career services and our resources early on in your programs. So for those of you who have not heard about career services, we are a free career advising and career exploration service for current online students and a free lifetime service for all of our graduates and alumni. And so today I'm going to talk about how career services can be of benefit to you here and now. I'm going to be adding some information in the chat so you can click on that and follow along. And of course, if you have any other career questions, please feel free to pop them into the chat. Next slide, please. So most of our students here are attending college for a variety of career-related reasons. So maybe students want to explore a new career, or maybe they want to advance within their current one. And so you might not realize it, but your SNHU Career Services team offers many different types of support services related to getting you prepared for your next career venture. And so our team can partner with you to help you outline your unique career plan during your college program. However, it does seem that most students wait until graduation or even well after graduating to begin connecting with us. And we can understand it can definitely be intimidating, maybe even overwhelming to think about your career plans. Trust us, everybody feels this way, but our career service team can help you facilitate your next steps no matter where you are in your current career journey. And you'll get the best results if you connect with our team and our career resources much earlier than your graduation day. This way you can explore what careers interest you, then plan out and maybe take more focused academic courses to best align with your career aspirations. And so I know it may not seem like a priority right now while you're getting started or just getting through your coursework, but I can't emphasize enough the importance of reaching out to us early in your program to start planning potential career paths that best suit you. Next slide, please. So, whether you're starting a new career or again advancing in your current field, our team can assist you in many ways. Don't know what careers are out there for you? That's not a problem. That is exactly why our team is here. We can help you start that exploration journey here and now. So, students can reach out via email or call our SNHU career team directly anytime during your academic program. Our career advisors are located nationwide, and we have over 70 plus professional advisors on the team. So our SNHU career advisors can provide a virtual individualized support to students geared towards goal setting, professional resume, cover letter, even portfolio assistance, interview preparation, job and internship search strategies, salary negotiation tactics, and even help you with your personal social media branding. We also work closely with you if you are interested in pursuing an internship, and we host career events that students can attend throughout the academic year. So again, don't wait to reach out to us. We are here to support your career journey no matter where you're starting from. Next slide, please. And in June of 2024, we launched our new virtual career center for SNHU online students and alumni called Career 360. So Career 360 is your central resource hub for all SNHU career services offerings. With access to customized job and internship postings, a specialized career event schedule, and a comprehensive collection of industry-focused resources that are provided by our SNHU career services advisors, Career 360 offers you a plethora of information to support you throughout every stage of your unique professional career journey. Next slide, please. So, what does Career 360 offer? SNHU online students and alumni can explore this homepage to get you started. For example, at the very top of the page, you can click the Jobs and Internships button to browse nationwide jobs and internships through SNHU's job board called Handshake. Handshake is the #1 resource for online students and alumni to search and apply to jobs and internships from nationwide employers that are targeting specifically talented SNHU students like all of you. You can also click the button Create a Resume to use our free SNHU resume building site known as Skills First. As you continue to explore, you can click the People We Connect to learn more about how career advisors can support you as an online student and alumni. You can also click the Affinity and Identities menu to explore diversity-specific resources, including job searching, internships, and much more. You can also click the Explore Industries menu to browse specific career resources by your degree or your major, as well as other professional industries. You can also click the Build Career Skills menu to explore resources like resumes, interviewing, job and internship searching, networking, connecting as an online student, and so much more. And lastly, on that homepage, you'll see our events calendar so that you can register to attend all of our amazing upcoming career events. Next slide, please. As I noted, Career 360 also gives you the chance to explore specific industry-based career communities in business, education, healthcare, liberal arts, social sciences, and STEM. So once you find your ideal career community, you can browse specific career resources, LinkedIn learning classes, highlighted and targeted jobs and internships, as well as career videos. If you're looking for more career help, you can find a ton of information related to resumes and cover letters, how to earn certifications, tips for networking, negotiating any sort of job offers, preparing for interviews, assessing what your career interests and passions are, helping you prepare for graduate school, or again, starting that internship and job search. So truly, Career 360 gives you the power to take your career to new heights. Next slide, please. And in closing, again, I can't emphasize enough the amazing career support that is available to you through our SNHU Career Services team. And so you may be asking yourselves, well, what can I do right now to get some career help? So some simple steps would be first to check out and, of course, bookmark our career services website, Career 360. And you want to get timely automatic emails from Career 360 about our team or opportunities, career events, and career resources, we have got you covered. All you need to do is simply click on the Sign Up for More Career Content button that is on the homepage of Career 360. Lastly, please feel free to contact our career advising anytime for more personalized one-on-one help and advice. I will say as a caveat too, the Career 360 link is available in your Bright Space courses as well, so you'll see it all over the place. And I will also echo what was said before, check that SNHU email address. We here on the Career Services team, we are also constantly emailing students through their SNHU emails too, to keep you in the know, again, about opportunities, career events, and so much more. So thank you all so much for your time today, and I will now hand it off to our next presenter.
Thanks, Alyssa. Hi, that's me. I'm Allison. I am one of the academic coaches with academic support, and I am one of the faces you may see if you come and join us in the academic support area of your classroom. Has anybody clicked on the button for academic support just to see what we have to offer, or maybe even attended one of our workshops? If we have some reactions or anybody who wants to type in the chat. Not yet. Well, I see some yeses and some not yets, and so to the not yets, I'm going to walk you through everything. To the yeses, I am going to go over some of the areas that you maybe didn't notice and highlight some uses for them. I'm going to reiterate what Amanda and Melanie said about checking those emails and the announcements, and I'm going to say thanks to Alyssa, and that's something we often talk about is meeting with careers. I hear great things from people who have met with our careers team earlier. And to reiterate what Dr. J said is we are here to help you persist, engage, and network. We have many things to help you do that, and just to bring your best self to your learning experience. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is a brief overview of our menu, and this is our mission statement that we all came up with. So we're a team of people who really want to help you grow and get the best of your learning experience. And I'm going to walk through all of the things on that left image slowly, and I will also give you some information in the chat. I'll provide some of our links that you can go back to. Next slide, please. All right, so this is how you find us. There's a couple of ways. This is one of the easier ways to find us. So when you are in your class, just right above that banner, we are next to the wonderful Shapiro Library, who will be going after me. And you just click on the academic support link right there. It opens up in a new tab, and that new tab will welcome you by name and then have little tiles walking through every single one of the support options that I'm going to go over with you today. Next slide, please. So the first one you see, and this is on the top menu view, the first one you see is 24/7 drop-in tutoring. Hey, we all have lives and lots of things going on other than studenting. So the 24/7 is 24/7. It is available to you if you're working very, very late or very, very early in the morning, which sometimes happens. It is no appointment needed, and it's a text-based chat. There is an audio option as well. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a wait for that option, but this is available to you with tutors who are subject matter experts. You click in the topic you're working on, the subject you're working on from the drop-down list, type in a question, and then in a few moments you're connected with somebody in that area. If someone's not available, they'll let you know that, and then they'll kind of guide you to what other options are there. Next slide, please. Written feedback is also one of those options that if you're working really late at night or early in the morning and you want just a second set of eyes on your draft, you click on the written feedback, you fill out this form because it goes to an actual person and the person will review it within 12 hours. So you submit it, you let them know about your assignment, anything that you've heard, anything you're concerned about. It doesn't have to be a finished draft. You can let them know it's not a finished draft. And then you upload the file and it comes back within 12 hours. I always recommend give it 24 just to set your deadline up and to make sure you have time to, review it and apply the feedback. Next slide, please. And I see some questions in the chat. I'm going to get to them. I promise. A lot of the questions I go over. So workshops. Workshops, if you're enjoying this experience and want more like it, we have so many fantastic workshops. Discussion boards, we have a workshop on that. As you can see, highlighted Wednesdays, discussion board writing. We have the ability to share screens with you. You can come in with your camera on and audio on if you choose. If you do not feel comfortable being on camera, you can use just audio or the chat in the workshops. When you're in our workshops, you will meet peer tutors and academic coaches who will guide you through a variety of really great areas in all of the subject areas, from STEM to writing to just studenting skills. Also, we have a few peer groups like New to SNU peer group and Motivation peer group. So there's a lot of things that you can learn about in the workshops, and they run every single term at different times. If you're not able to attend for whatever reason, there's a replay, but it's always better to be there live because then you can ask questions and interact with people. Next slide, please. Then we have pre-scheduled support, which is where I live, and our really fantastic, incredibly empathetic, very successful peer tutors, and our professional, also empathetic, kind academic coaches. Both of these are pre-scheduled, which just means you have to schedule, kind of plan ahead and think about, I want to meet with these people. Each are full 45-minute sessions. Peer tutors, you can meet with more than once, especially if there's a peer tutor who you like. But it's more, I have a question on this particular assignment, or I'm really concerned about this final. Again, subject matter experts. There are people who are thriving in their classes. You can only book appointments with peer tutors every 72 hours. That's just because they give you some feedback, some things to work on, and then you work on it, and then you can rejoin or do some of the workshops. If you're looking for more long-term support, building skills, you've been away from school for a while, you're not feeling as confident as you would like to about being a student, academic coaching is a good option for you. We start off with an initial meeting where we speak with you, we kind of figure out what you need, we set a goal, and then we schedule some appointments. Oftentimes we start off with a 3-week plan, but everybody's different, so it might be a little bit different as well. Next slide, please. Peer tutoring, again, empathetic, wonderful, kind, fantastic people whom you can meet with, and this is how you get to them. So when you click on peer tutors, you get this little menu option. You click on your subject area, you click on your subject. You can leave the tutor space blank and it'll just, this will light up and show you who's available. But if there's a particular tutor that you are looking for, you can click on that and see their availability. To get the most available students, you can click on rubric support and rubric support if you're looking for rubric support, if you're looking for some support getting started in your assignments. Next slide. Okay, number 1, the academic coaching, the steps to get connected with us. You click on academic coaching pre-scheduled support, then academic coaching, and then it's like a choose your own adventure. If you are feeling just really stuck on one assignment, it will guide you over to our peer tutors and our 24/7 and our workshops. If you put on the right-hand side that I struggle to do well no matter what course I'm in, and by struggle, that could mean anything from, reading comprehension, note-taking, to just feeling not confident. Click on that right one, hit continue, and then you get this option on the right-hand side. We can help you with 6 different things: time and task prioritization, reading comprehension, strengthening academic skills, support for learning differences, and critical thinking and problem solving and organization. So you pick the one that you think you need the most support with, and then schedule a session with one of us. And so that initial planning session will talk about what you're hoping for some support with. Next slide, please. Also, if you're a person that really learns well, kind of in a safe, self-paced style, we have a whole bunch of information in our new academic resource center, also called the ARC. We have videos, so we have a bunch of YouTube videos and sheet guides and a whole bunch of things to go through that can help guide you through learning at any point in time. So there's a bunch of stuff that can really help with all of your classes. We have a bunch of things. So if you use the search bar and just type in your Math 240 class or your GRA class or any of the graphic design classes, you'll get some videos and some things that'll help you with those courses. Next slide, please. And this is our final slide. The Academic Resource Center, or ARC, gets you to our YouTube channel, but if you're just on YouTube, we also have this new academic support YouTube channel that has all of our videos for all of the courses. So this is another way to have access to the different videos that we have. Please check out academic support. We'd love to help you succeed. I'm going to post in the chat links to all of the stuff that we have. And if you have any questions, you can always email academicsupport@snhu.edu, and that'll go to our leadership side of things. Thank you, everybody, for attending. And next presenter.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Shanna Chartier. I am one of our directors of information literacy here at the Shapiro Library. So today I'm just going to go over a couple of things that it's bird's eye view of the library because it's incredibly massive and there's so much available, so it can be overwhelming. So I'm just going to try to kind of go over the basic menus with you today, and luckily this is recorded. But if you do have questions as you get into the research process or as you're looking for databases, I mentioned LinkedIn Learning is something that we subscribe to. So if you are looking for quick short tutorials on learning tools that you might be using in your major, that's a great resource we have among many, many others. So that being said, let's go ahead and move to the next slide. All right, so if you haven't been here yet, or hopefully you have, you can access the Shapiro Library from a link, as academic support mentioned, in your Brightspace course. So once you're able to click on that, this is what the library homepage looks like. The one thing I'd like to point out immediately is the big yellow chat 24 or the 24/7 library chat button there on the top right-hand side. So we do provide 24/7 library service. During our regular business hours, we have a team of student workers who have been trained and can answer your basic questions. If they can't answer, if like it's a really in-depth research question and they can't answer that, it gets escalated to a ticket, and then we have degreed librarians who then are able to answer and help you with your research. When we are not staffed, we have an outsourced library service. So librarians from all around the world, you might get a librarian from Australia if you happen to be researching at 2 a.m. and you're your East Coast time in the US. So there's library support at all times. If you find yourself struggling, definitely feel free to click on that yellow chat 24/7 button, or you can use the email there to email our research support team and they can help you as well. Next slide. Okay, so kind of like I said, brief rundown of the drop downs, and you'll notice that we have 2 access points for a lot of this stuff, where you've got the A to Z database list, which is the listing of all of our individual databases. And you'll see that in the quick links box on the homepage as well for easy access. But above that, you've got the multi-search, which is that really big search box right in the middle of the screen. That is long ago that a lot of database companies, Google came out and everyone was like, who needs libraries anymore? We have Google. It's so easy to search. And while Google does have an amazing algorithm that can find lots of information, when you're searching in the library, you are getting curated, evaluated resources that can help really strengthen your argument when you're doing some, research papers or anything like that. So the multi-search was their kind of way of getting a whole bunch of databases searched at the same time. So it's not necessarily searching everything, because not every database company agrees and wants to work together, but it does search a lot. And it's a really nice starting place for when you're starting broad. So we always recommend the multi-search for when you're just kind of starting out and want to see what's out there. But like, let's say you're a business major and you need a SWOT analysis, multi-search probably isn't going to be where you want to go. You're going to want to go to the A to Z database list and find a business specific database so that you can, find something that's more targeted to that subject area. We have the publication finder. So if you are looking for the Chronicle of Higher Education, there's a specific journal you want to be looking in. You can click on that. You can see what we have access to, what we subscribe to, what the years are on that as well. Library book search, whether you live in New Hampshire or not, the library can mail you books. So if you still like physical books, a lot of people have moved to the digital world or the digital realm. But we are able to send you books or items, and then we send you postage and you can send it back. So you can do that. We've got a great archive. We have a lot of open education resource access. And then course reserves tends to be a little bit more for campus, but that's that menu. So let's go ahead and move to the next one. So this is our research and teaching support. Our getting started guide is really robust, but it's really nice because it goes over the best possible ways to use the library, how to use your search terms so that you're getting the best possible results list, that kind of thing, so that you're not kind of stuck with a bunch of useless results when you're trying to do some searches. That's when it tends to get frustrating for people. And then you click on that 24/7 library chat button and somebody can help you. But going through the getting started guide would be a great way to really acclimate yourself to library searching, either reintroduce or introduce yourself to how to best do that so that you can get the best results. You'll see there's search tips. We have our citing sources area. So if you're looking for any citation help, we have the Citing Your Sources guide for APA, MLA, Chicago. We've got a ton of FAQs that will go over specific examples of, how to cite a YouTube video in APA, for example, things like that. You kind of can see the FAQ box is tucked on the right side underneath the multi-search. But you can always type in APA and whatever thing you're trying to cite, and more likely than not, we'll have an FAQ with a direct example of how to do that. If you're looking for copyright information, there's that. Finding and using videos in the Shapiro Library. We've got tons of video tutorials, much like academic support, and I can put the link in the chat after this as well. We do have a YouTube channel with lots and lots of videos that can help, like I said, help introduce you to these concepts and information literacy and all things library, which is great. We also have a number of research guides. So if you are a history major, for example, we have a history guide that has a ton of it's like just compiled information that will provide you with, primary source places, really great places like the Library of Congress to get primary source documentation, things like that. Mathematics, I noticed, was mentioned in the chat, and believe me, I'm a humanities person. Math is not my forte either. We have a mathematics guide that might be able to help guide you to resources that can help you with that kind of thing. So being aware of that and really kind of maybe giving the guides list a scroll it might be a beneficial use of your time. And we'll go to the next. So about the library, this is your basic directory. If you need to find someone to contact in a certain department, maybe you need information in the archives, or you need to talk to our collections team about a book you might want to have, it could be anything. You've got the directory, another link to the 24/7 library chat. If you are in New Hampshire and you are an online student, you are able and absolutely welcome to use the building. Even if you're not local, if you find yourself in New Hampshire or you find yourself on campus, you are able to use the physical library building in that space. It is your library physically and virtually. So if you need to know hours, events, how to get there, all of that good stuff is here. And then, of course, all of our policies and about. So yeah, I think we can move on to the next portion, which is the get help. Cool. So I mentioned, right, with APA, things like that, you can look through the FAQs by clicking on that link, or you can just go into the box. Another great thing that you can do through the library, for example, is if you are not familiar with Google Scholar is the academic side of Google. It only searches scholarly, peer-reviewed, academic sources. You can connect your Shapiro Library account to Google Scholar so that anything that we have access to will be linked on the right-hand side of that search results list. And so for folks who really struggle with library searching, I often recommend it as kind of an entryway into finding scholarly articles and an interface that's more familiar, right? Like everybody's very comfortable with Google. So yeah, that's sorry, I just thought, what is Google Scholar? And it's in the recording, but so I don't repeat myself, and I know we're short on time. Oh dear. Right. So in order to connect to Google Scholar, you can type in Google Scholar into that FAQ box, and a drop-down will come up, and it'll give you step-by-step instructions on how you can make a connection like that. So like I said, we've got stuff like LinkedIn Learning connections, we've got Google Scholar connections, we've got stuff internal with the library, we've got over 300 databases are on that A to Z database list. So I mentioned it's robust. It can be overwhelming. If you need help with direction or anything, there's that chat button, there's that email button. We will often get, I'm looking at the library technology help FAQs. A lot of times, if you find that a database isn't working or something is being goofy, not letting you have access, a browser clear cache and cookies usually tends to fix the issue. Sometimes a glitch in the system shows up and then you're unable to access a database. So you could type in cache and cookies into the FAQ box, and you can get directions on, depending your browser, how you can clear your cache and cookies. So, phew, I think that's all for that section. Do I have another slide? I do. Okay. So there's the Getting Started guide. I did mention it. It's right on the homepage there. Something that would be really helpful as you're really starting out your time at SNHU is on the Getting Started guide, there is a tab at the bottom that says Shapiro Library Badges. And a badge is a learning experience that you do. And then at the end, you get a digital badge that you could put on, say, your LinkedIn page. And then it would show future employers like, hey, I know how to evaluate sources. Hey, I know how to explore and look, right? Like, I'm a library navigator. So if you're interested, and not even just for that, but like the library navigator badge is like an escape room scenario, and it teaches you where everything is on the Shapiro Library website. So I definitely recommend taking a look at those badges. We've just built them out. They're very fun and engaging, and they also there's just like a great way to learn about the library because it's fun and interactive, and it kind of goes by a story. So definitely wanted to put in a plug for those. I can also put that link in the chat here as well. But gosh, we're so pumped to be here. We're happy to help. I'm watching the chat. I know we're going through some difficult times, but the library, we are trained in finding reliable and scholarly resources and have, so we can help you get to ground level truth as you're looking and researching. The sea of misinformation and disinformation is vast. And as people on the front lines, we're here and ready to combat that and make sure that we're guiding you to resources that are, have strong authority and are able to, have science and are backed by facts and research and all of those good things. So that being said, I believe that ends my presentation. I'll scroll up through the chat and see if there's anything I can answer that might have come through, and I'll put some of those links in there as well. So thank you all.
Hi, everyone. My name is Becca Lazinsk. I'm the Associate Director of Alumni Engagement. I'm really excited to be here with all of you. My first question to start us off is, if you could answer in the chat, how many alumni do you think we have in our community right now? If you just want to take a guess in the chat, how many alumni do you think we have in our SNHU community? Okay, we have a lot, but Millions might be a bit high. Next slide, James. Give you an answer here. We have over 281,000 alumni. And I want to point that out because our community is so vast. The same way that Mandy was saying earlier, that you might not know that someone in your same town down the street from you is a current SNHU student. You might also not realize how many SNHU alumni are around you, as you are maybe applying for jobs or looking for internships or other opportunities. There are SNU alumni everywhere, and it's an awesome resource to use. So I know that you're right at the beginning of your program. Alumni, for those who might not be familiar with the term, an alum is someone who has graduated from the university. We consider anyone who has graduated from any of our programs to be an SNHU alum. And so it's really nice to be able to connect with all these different people. As Mandy said, we often partner with the Office of Student Involvement because we really believe that it is a full circle here of students and alumni working together, and with many of our other partners on today's meeting as well. So I do want to point out that we have over 193,000 alumni who have graduated from an online program, which is about 70% of our total population. We do have a physical campus here in New Hampshire, but the majority are online students, which I think is important to point out that the alumni that you will be talking to are familiar with your experience. And the most popular degree that we have is a Bachelor of Science. And many of our alumni hold 2 degrees or more, at least more than 1 degree. Some even go beyond that, which I think is a great, it says a lot about the program and your experience at SNHU if you're willing to come back for another degree. Next slide, please. All right, so this slide shows our 10 most populated states with alumni. You'll see there's a little pattern here of big states tend to have the most people, but I promise you that there are alumni everywhere, which is really exciting, I think. And if you don't see your state on this list, it doesn't mean that there are only like a few people. There's probably a lot. It's hard to compete with the name recognition of NH in NH and New England, but we have students all over, which is part of why we have to or why we choose to travel all over. I know there were some questions earlier of like, have you been here? Have you been here? Will you come here? We try our best to get everywhere. Some of the less populous states might not be as often, or we might not get there in person, but we try our best to get to as many places as we can. And after you graduate, you can also work with our office to host your own events. If our office can't get there ourselves. I also want to point out that SNHU is truly global. We have over 150 countries where alumni live and work. And some of our biggest populations include Malaysia, Rwanda, Vietnam, Thailand, and Canada. Next slide, please. In our office, we are so lucky to work with amazing students, alumni, donors, volunteers, staff, and faculty. And so these are just some of the ways that you can engage with alumni and which other parts of the university that we connect with to make the best experience for our alumni. So I know some of these you might not need to later, but others you might benefit from now as a student, and then hopefully maybe you'll give back later, including that a lot of scholarships run through the Institutional Advancement Office, which is where our Office of Alumni Engagement sits. You can be a mentor formally, mostly informally, to be honest, right now in our office. We love for people to share their stories with one another. And certainly we're always hoping that we can work with our friends in career to make sure that we can try and hire SNHU students and interns at employers that already have SNHU alumni working. Next slide, please. All right. So Mandy touched on this earlier, so I won't take too much time, but regional events are definitely my favorite part of the job. It's so much fun to get to go out into communities and meet you guys in person. You can see some of the recently traveled to upcoming events. Mandy is just all about the breaking news today because Baltimore is also like just decided recently. So we're excited to get there. If you don't see your city or state listed for upcoming or recently traveled to, don't panic. We can definitely, we often get to a variety of places. We truly try to get everywhere that we can. It's a great opportunity to connect with other people. Online through SNHU Connect is, of course, a great way as well, but there's something about being in a room with people, if we're able to talk and celebrate one another, that I think is really exciting. Next slide, please. So I just want to briefly talk about two kind of cornerstone events for our office. Homecoming is one that we partner with the Office of Student Involvement on. And then we also work with many, many offices at SNHU to bring this weekend to life. Homecoming is a weekend for all SNHU students, alumni, community members. Whether you can make it on campus here in New Hampshire, we would love to have you. Online students are 100% welcome and encouraged to join. We also know that's not feasible for many people. So we have a lot of virtual events, and we even try and do some regional types of events during homecoming. So it'll be in October. Keep an eye on your email, my SNHU, Brightspace even. We try and get the word out everywhere. And it's just a really awesome opportunity to celebrate SNHU. It's definitely one of my favorite weekends. Next slide, please. And then I just want to briefly talk about Global Days of Service, which is happening right now. It's a month-long community service event where alumni, students, faculty, and staff come together across the globe to strengthen our communities. It's happening right now. You can check out more information on our website. There are some projects that are still happening over the next couple of weeks. If you're able to join, you can also share your story if you already volunteer in your community, count those hours towards GDS. And if that's just not feasible right now, I know it's short notice and only a little bit of time left. Keep an eye out for next year. We'd love to have you join. And next slide, please. All right, so is it worth staying connected? I think so. I hope after these brief slides that you'll see that it's worth it as well. Stay connected to SNHU right now, and then continue staying connected after you graduate so that you can continue taking advantage of so many resources that are available. Just because you graduate doesn't mean that you don't have a relationship with SNHU, and it's really important to us to be able to facilitate that relationship and continue. So I think that's it for my slides. I'm going to pass it off to the next presenter. Thanks, everyone.
All right. So thank you so much for all the various levels of information. It's been really good to hear and to see individuals. I'm sure for many of you, because know that there's somebody on the other side of the screen that's here and committed to helping you out. What I'm going to do is actually take some time to talk about the peer mentorship program, which is a program that's specific for first-year students at SNHU. And we have a team of mentors that reside on my team that are part-time employees that are current or immediate past students that are here and willing and able to help you out and help you navigate your first term or a couple of terms at SNHU. One thing I will specify is that these students are not peer tutors. So a tutor is someone in academic support that will help you with your courses, that will, whether it's looking at a paper or helping to solve a math problem. That's what a tutor is. A mentor is someone here that's going to help you to be connected with resources across the institution and someone that you can talk to and get insights on how to best move through certain situations that you may be going through as a student outside of what's specifically happening as far as course specific support. All right. So what a peer mentor can do for you is help you get connected, as mentioned, help you get connected at SNHU, share their tips and best practices, what they've done to be successful, along with helping you to think about what you might need to do as you move forward. Of course, with their stories, along with their experiences, they're able to help you navigate and move through a lot of the new things at an institution. So, what are the benefits of being a mentee of a mentor? Nationally, it's shown that 88% of students report an increase in productivity. Also, with that, another data metric that's not shown here for SNHU. 80% of our 80% of our students that participate with a peer mentor persist from term to term at a better rate and are more successful. Mentees are 13% more likely to graduate and 81% higher college persistence, as I mentioned. So what should you do as a mentee? If you want to partake in this program, I'm going to drop some information within the chat for you that will help you to get connected with a mentor. There's an online form that's connected with that. So you can definitely fill that out and then you will receive some outreach from a mentor. But when you go to that meeting, it'll be an online session via Teams like we're meeting right now. What they will do is they will just walk you through various tactics and techniques, but come in with questions, share your concerns, and that will really help to frame the conversation there. So as mentioned, I dropped the link within the chat, so you can feel free to use that form so that you can get connected to a mentor. And also, they will reach out to you within the week time span that you submit your information. So with that being said, that concludes the formal part of this workshop and our time together. If you have your phones available, feel free to scan this QR code. And this QR code will take you to a survey that will help us to get your insights. If you're unable to scan this code, I did drop the link to this exact survey in the chat. Feel free to click that, and that will take you to the survey as well. So with all that being said, we are so grateful for you all and excited for your new journey. Know that we are here to support you and to help you. And also know that it's nothing wrong with asking for help. We are in the business of supporting others and help seeking. So make sure that you wave the flag and know that if you need support, it's okay to ask. And there are a myriad of resources around you to help you be supported throughout your time. So thank you all so much. Once again, this session is recorded. It will be sent out to you all as well as to individuals who were unable to attend. And enjoy the weeks coming as you go into this next term, and much luck, and know that we are here and we've got your back. Remember, persist, engage, network. Have a great week, everyone.